Hey beautiful people of the internet, my name is Ryan, and once again we are on the porch. It's the recap of day 9 for the Hunt for Red October. It's gone really well for me so far. Today, day 9, didn't go so well. That's okay. It's peaks and valleys, peaks and valleys. One of the other funny things about doing a video every single day, which by the way has been a success, even if the reading was not a success yesterday, I have so far made a video every day, which is not an easy feat. One of the funny things about making a video every single day, though, is that you realize what clothes you wear a lot. So, apologies for you seeing the same pieces of apparel every single day. Yeah, so yesterday was a mixed bag. I read, I think, 16 pages, so it's either my lowest, maybe 14 pages. I think it was my lowest day. I had another 16-page day earlier in the year, or the month. So it was my lowest day in terms of amount of pages. However, one of the victories that happened is that I started a chapter in The Pale King, I think it's chapter 8, entitled Author's Foreword. So I'm going to talk just really quickly about that because I know we've got a lot of you who are interested in The Pale King. The chapter I started is called Author's Foreword, and it's kind of famous, I think, probably, in the book. It's notable because it starts off, it's the 8th chapter in, but it's a foreword, and it's talking, it is from the perspective of an author of the book The Pale King named David Wallace. The correct age, the correct year, the correct location as the actual author, David Foster Wallace, but I would argue not the same person, which is not all that special of an argument. I think everyone would say that. But the whole purpose of that author's foreword is to tell you that although on the copyright page of the book, very early on, that says that the book is completely an act of fiction and any relationship to persons real in the real world is completely made up, that in fact in this author's foreword he's going to tell you that the book is true and that copyright disclaimer is mostly, that legal disclaimer is mostly to keep him from being sued and to protect various parties, and just basically walks you through this like super interesting on the surface it's a debate about the legality of calling something fiction versus nonfiction, but in reality it has some of the best reflecting from an older, more mature David Foster Wallace on the nature of metafiction, including at one point he calls, you're gonna have to forgive my French here, at one point he calls the usual metafictional devices clever titty pinchers, which was the funniest thing I think I've ever read in a David Foster Wallace book. Basically, he talks about how he's not doing this out of some effort to be to be clever and titty pinch, which I just thought was the most amazing image. When metafiction goes wrong, it feels like it's somebody being like, "Gotcha," and just reveling in their own cleverness. And he, in this mature way that I don't think is there in the Broom of the System kind of David Foster Wallace, a really early David Foster Wallace. Wow, we are storming out here. I hope you can hear the wind. All the brown leaves are falling from the tree in the wind. This is welcome to fall, ladies and gentlemen. Anyways, I think it's just this more mature, it's David Foster Wallace as a 40-year-old versus David Foster Wallace as a 24-year-old. I say with the full knowledge of the irony that I am currently 25 years old, attempting to talk about what is mature and metafiction and what isn't. What do I know? But anyways, that's where I'm at. I didn't get a lot of reading done because I didn't have time, and I don't love that phrase, I didn't have time, but there's just a lot of personal and professional stuff I'm trying to figure out right now, which took a lot of my time and energy and attention. That said, I have big plans to read that book the next day, like today, and to make some major progress, so stay tuned. I'm going to be probably talking about The Pale King about every day for a while now. I might pick up something else to read alongside it, just to kind of make sure I'm still getting in a lot of pages. The Pale King, no surprise, like most David Foster Wallace, reads a little bit slower because you put in a lot more work, but man, the rewards are there. I underline something on every page, I'm annotating on every page, it's just really good. Big surprise, right? Even an unfinished, incomplete novel, incomplete being the word with quotations around it, not novel. It is incomplete, and it's just also published, so that makes it kind of complete. Anyways, even an incomplete novel is complex enough that it is taking all of my attention and mental capacity to make a good amount of sense of it. So it's fun though. I would recommend it to any of you. So anyways, that's the big thing for today. Yeah, welcome to my life. Sitting on the porch watching a storm roll in, wind and a little bit of rain. It's a good day. I'm off from work today, so I think I'll probably get a lot of reading done. I will be back tomorrow with another update. And until then, best wishes.